Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel, where we explore the timeless wisdom hidden in classic stories. Today, we're diving into a heartwarming tale from the Brothers Grimm that feels like a warm hug for the soul. The Shoemaker and the Elves. It's a story that's simple on the surface, but filled with profound lessons about kindness, gratitude, and the magical way goodness comes back to us. So, let's set the scene. Imagine a small, humble workshop, dimly lit, smelling of leather and wax. Here lives a shoemaker, a man who is honest and hard-working, but is fallen on hard times. Despite his best efforts, his business is failing. He's so poor that he has only enough leather left for a single pair of shoes. With a heavy heart, he carefully cuts the leather, lays it out on his workbench, and decides to finish the job in the morning. He says a little prayer, entrusts his fate to a higher power, and goes to bed. When morning comes, something extraordinary has happened. On his workbench, where he had left the cut leather, sits a perfectly finished pair of shoes. They are magnificent. The stitching is flawless. The shape is elegant. It's a work of art. The shoemaker and his wife are completely bewildered. Who could have done this? Shortly after he places them in his shop window, a wealthy customer comes in and is so impressed by the quality that he pays far more than the asking price. With this unexpected money, the shoemaker can now buy enough leather for 2 pairs of shoes. Just like before, he cuts the leather in the evening and leaves it on his workbench. And just like before, he wakes up to find 2 pairs of exquisitely made shoes waiting for him. These sell just as quickly, and for an even better price. This magical cycle continues night after night. Whatever leather he prepares in the evening is transformed into beautiful shoes by morning. Soon, the hard-working shoemaker is no longer poor. He and his wife are prosperous and happy, their little workshop bustling with success. But the mystery remains. Who are their secret helpers? One winter evening, just before Christmas, the shoemaker says to his wife, "We can't just keep receiving this incredible help without knowing who to thank. Let's stay up tonight and find out who our benefactors are." His wife agrees, so they light a candle and hide behind a curtain in a corner of the workshop, waiting patiently in the quiet darkness. As the clock strikes midnight, the door creaks open, and in scamper 2 tiny naked elves. They don't say a word. They just hop onto the workbench, and with their nimble little fingers, begin to stitch, sew, and hammer. They work with incredible speed and precision, their movements full of joy and purpose. The shoemaker and his wife watch in silent amazement, their hearts filled with wonder and gratitude. The elves finish their work, line up the new shoes neatly, and then vanish as quickly as they appeared. The couple is deeply moved. The wife says, "These little beings have made us rich. We must show them how thankful we are. It breaks my heart to see them with no clothes to wear in this cold weather. I'll make them each a little shirt, a coat, a vest, and a pair of trousers. And you," she says to her husband, "can you make them each a tiny pair of shoes?" The shoemaker loves the idea, and they both get to work immediately, pouring all their love and gratitude into these tiny gifts. On Christmas Eve, instead of leaving out cut leather, they place the beautifully crafted clothes and shoes on the workbench. Then they hide again, eager to see the elves' reaction. At midnight, the elves arrive, ready to work. But when they see the gifts, they stop in their tracks. They touch the tiny clothes with wonder, then quickly dress themselves. They look absolutely delighted, admiring their new outfits, in a way that's both comical and incredibly sweet. Then, filled with pure joy, they begin to sing and dance. They leap over chairs and hop around the workshop, their song echoing a simple, happy tune. Now we're boys so fine to see, no longer cobblers we will be. They dance right out the door and into the night, never to be seen again. But that's not a sad ending. The elves' departure signifies that their mission is complete. They were there to help a good person in need. And now that the shoemaker is prosperous and has shown his gratitude, their work is done. From that day forward, the shoemaker and his wife continued to thrive. Everything they did was blessed with good fortune, and they lived happily and contentedly for the rest of their days. So, what can we take away from this beautiful story? The most obvious theme is that kindness begets kindness. The shoemaker was a good, pious man, and his goodness attracted the help of the elves. This is a powerful reminder that the energy we put out into the world often finds its way back to us. Goodness attracts goodness. Another key lesson is the importance of gratitude. The shoemaker and his wife didn't just accept their good fortune. They actively sought to repay the kindness they had received. Their act of making clothes for the elves wasn't just a simple thank you. It was a gesture of deep, heartfelt appreciation. It shows that true gratitude isn't passive. It's an active, loving response to the goodness in our lives. This act of giving back is what completes the circle of kindness and solidifies their own happiness. The story also teaches us that small acts can have big consequences. The elves were tiny, and their work each night was a small act, yet it completely transformed the shoemaker's life. Similarly, the small act of making tiny clothes had a profound impact on the elves, filling them with joy. It reminds us never to underestimate the power of a small gesture of help or a small token of thanks. Let's look at the symbolism. The elves represent the unseen forces of good in the world, the unexpected help, the serendipity, the little miracles that sometimes appear when we need them most. They symbolize that we are not always alone in our struggles, even when it feels that way. The shoes themselves symbolize honest labor and livelihood. They are the product of the shoemaker's skill, a tangible representation of his hard work. The gift of clothing is a powerful symbol of gratitude, respect, and love. By clothing the naked elves, the couple is not just protecting them from the cold. They are wrapping them in warmth and appreciation in a world that can often feel transactional. The shoemaker and the elves reminds us of a different kind of economy, an economy of the heart. It's a system built on generosity, humility, and the simple, powerful act of paying kindness forward. The story suggests that true prosperity isn't just about financial wealth. It's about living in a state of grace where you are both a grateful receiver and a cheerful giver. The shoemaker's ultimate success wasn't just luck. It was the natural outcome of his character and his compassionate response to the help he received. This tale encourages us to keep our eyes open for the elves in our own lives, the people who help us in quiet, unseen ways, and to find our own ways to express our gratitude. It also encourages us to be the elves for someone else, to offer help without expecting anything in return. Because in the end, a life built on kindness and gratitude is the most prosperous and joyful life of all. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into a classic tale. I hope it brought a little warmth and inspiration to your day. If you enjoyed this analysis, please hit that like button. Subscribe for more stories and share your thoughts in the comments below. What other fairy tales hold special meaning for you? I'd love to hear them. Until next time, take care and spread a little kindness.